Alfa Romeo Mito 2008 present. What's in a name? A lot if the name's Alfa Romeo. For car enthusiasts, the Italian firm is the repository of some of the most stylish and most desirable motor cars of all time. It is a name full of teasing promise, as inviting as a luxurious villa in the Tuscan countryside, and refreshingly alive as the views to the sea from the heights of Ravello, high above the Amalfi Drive. However, while some of its sufferings over the past few years have nearly lived up to the promise of that evocative badge, it's fair to say that most of them have been more like a wet weekend in Hull. For a myriad of reasons, the Mito is one of them. It starts well enough, with a body that takes its inspiration from some of the glorious Alfas of the past, and then links it into a modern and fairly distinctive three-door hatchback shape. From some angles it's almost cute, and if its job was to make it stand out in small car class, it has at least succeeded in that. Under the bonnet, the Fiat Group's turbocharged 1.4-liter multi-air engines from the mainstay of the lineup, and are available in 138 bhp and 168 bhp states of tune. In both states, it's suitably flexible and refined, which is more than can be said of the 0.9-liter twin-cylinder turbocharged engine, the Twin Air, which has plenty of character but sounds thrashy and requires constant gear changes to get the best from it. Buyers could also choose from either a weighty 1.4 naturally aspired petrol engine or 1.3-liter diesel. An adequate performer, but one of that is by no means smooth and particularly exciting. On the road, it's still a little disappointing, with an inspiring performance from most of the engines, vague steering and unsettled ride that for most of the time is downright uncomfortable. Its refinement is noticeably below par too, with plenty of engine, wind and road noise to disturb your misery. Things aren't much better in the interior, where the driving position's a bit compromised. The build quality feels disturbingly slack, and space in the front and back is fairly limited, even by the standards of the small car class. Its reputation for less than stellar reliability is somewhat off-putting too, but nevertheless, if you wanted to own a car that carries one of the most passionate and desirable of all motoring badges, then a used Mito could be seen by some as a cheap and easy way to help you achieve that aim. Visibility is limited to the rear and sides of the Mito, so check for scuffs and dents on the bodywork picked up in the city center car parts, and check also the alloy wheels for curb damage. Most problems relate to non-engined electrics, but there have been reports of timing chain issues on the multi-jet engines. The engine management light can come on, leaks from the transmission oil, power steering failures, and some gearbox issues too. As well as this, interior trim can creak and rattle. The Mito didn't feature in our most recent reliability survey, but previous surveys have found it in the bottom half of the table, with problems as reported above. Surprisingly, perhaps its bigger brother, the Giulietta, did well in our most recent survey, finishing 10th in the family cars category. Alfa Romeo as a brand actually finished in 5th place out of 32 manufacturers, an amazingly good result. The 0.9-liter twin-air petrol is best avoided. It has to be worked hard to make even half-decent progress, and because it has little torque, you're constantly changing down a gear, sometimes two, to overtake and to climb steep hills. The turbocharged 1.4-liter 140 petrol engine is much better choice. It's stronger and delivers its power more evenly, so doesn't have to be worked as hard. The higher-powered version of the 1.4, the 170, is stronger again, while the 1.3 diesel is perfectly adequate for most journeys. Every Mito comes with a 5-inch touchscreen infotainment system incorporating Bluetooth phone connection, USB and aux connections, a leather multifunction steering wheel, air conditioning, hill hold control, and 7 airbags. We'd spend the extra on our favorite distinctive trim though, which adds 17-inch alloy wheels, rear parking sensors, cruise control and a front arm rest, without hiking up the price too much. QV line adds largely visual extras and stiffer suspension setups, which do nothing for the Mito's ride. Later post-facelift 2016 onward cars changed trim names to Special, Super and Veloz, and of these we think the Super offers the best kit for the money quotient. Our favorite Alfa Romeo Mito, 1.4 TB 140 distinctive. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problem that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that will help viewers when choosing a car. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for attention. It isn't much work for you to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.